Hey there everyone, and welcome to another lecture of this AutoCAD series. In the previous lectures we have seen about all kinds of line that is available in AutoCAD, and we have seen about their approaches, how we can just create lines using those methods. Now we are going to create one exercise using those methods. So let's just start this exercise. So what I'm going to create? So I'm going to create one exercise from my manual that I have provided to you. And in this, since we are in a level 1, so we are going to create the designs of level 1. And here you can see that we have two sections. One is the I section and another one is the F section. So we are going to create these two sections. I am going to create only this I section, and this F section is up to you. You just have to create this one. So firstly, I'm going to create it with the help of the coordinate values. The first that we are going to see is using the absolute coordinate value. So for that, we just have to find out the coordinates of this section. With this figure, I know that this height of this I section is 100 mm and the width is 100 mm. So we have a symmetrical kind of thing. So now we just have to find out the coordinates. And there's one more things to be noted is that all the thickness value is of 20 mm. So let's just make it and let's just find about its coordinate. So for that I'm going to open my sketchbook and I'm going to create one I section first. Okay, so it is showing some problem over here. I'm going to recreate it like this. Now, since we are using the absolute coordinate system, so the coordinate value or the UCS will going to be fixed at one point. It is not in a dynamic stage. So let's just say that this is our 0 0 point and our UCS is over here, not over here, at this point, which is 0 comma 0. And this is x-axis as well as this is y-axis. So the first task is to have this value. What will be the value of this one? So it's clearly that it is of height of 100 mm as well as width of 100 mm. So now we can say that its coordinate will be 0 comma 100, I think. No, 100 comma 0. Since we are only moving on the x-axis, we are not moving on the y-axis, so the y-axis will be 0. Similarly, we have to find about this one. So for this, I am going to have this value as 100. And since we are moving in y-axis now, so this value will become 20. Now we want this value. Since this total is 100, so and this thickness is 20, so we can say that by calculating we find that this is 40 as well as this one is 40. So 40 plus 60 is total of 40 plus 20 is of 60. So this value, this point will become the coordinate as 60 comma 20. Similarly, this value is 20 and this value is also 20. So we are going to create this coordinate value as 60 comma 20 plus 40. Since this is 20 and 20, so this rest value will be 40. So this coordinate will be 60 comma 40. Then this coordinate value, and this will become 100 comma 40. Then this ultimate edge, this one will become 100 comma 100. And similarly we just have to find out this value, and here since we are on the y-axis, so the value will be 0 comma 100. And then we have to find out this value, and this value will be around 0 comma 80. Similarly this one will be 40 comma 80. So finally we have all the coordinate values now. This value will be, I think, 40 comma 20, 20 comma 40. No, it's 40 comma 20. So it's my mistake. So now, since the diagram becomes very complicated, but still we can able to find out the values. If you haven't if you are not clear yet about the coordinates, you can just create it on your own paper and pen, and you can just take your time and just create these dimensions. It's very easy. It's completely depend upon the simple calculations as well as the simple knowledge of your coordinate values. Now we are going to create this one on my AutoCAD. So I'm going to open my AutoCAD, and now, okay, so it is showing some problem. My AutoCAD is not started yet. Yes, now we have started our AutoCAD. Still, it is taking some time, I think. Yes, we have one previous step that is created over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this one. First, let me just adjust my AutoCAD. So I'm going to delete these previous steps that you can also create later on when you will going to learn all those tools. Then we are going for the line command over here. So just select the line command, and then it will ask you to specify the first point. So in this place, we are going to make it 0 comma 0. Since line is a continuous command, so it will ask you for the next point. And then here we are going to make it as 0, 100 comma 0. So now we have that straight line that we want. Now for the upper coordinate value, we will going to have it as 100 comma 20, and then this value. So what will be the this value? Any guesses? You should just uh, guess the coordinates before me. It will make your diagram understanding of your diagram more clear. So now we want this coordinate value. So what will be this coordinate value? We have calculated it as 60 comma 20, I think. And now we are going to have the upper values. So here we are moving on as 60 comma y value will also be 60. So now you can see that our diagram is coming out. Then this value and this value will be I think we are moving on 100 in y and 60 in x. Yes, we are right. Now the ultimate endpoint, which is 100 comma 100. So I think we have created one problem over here. We just have to look for the dimensions. This one is 60 comma 40, and then we just have to move over here, which will be I think 100 comma 100. 60 comma 20. Let me just create it once more. I am a bit confused. This is why the coordinate system becomes so confusing. So just go for the line, just make the first coordinate as 0 comma 0. Then your second coordinate will be 100 comma 0. Then we have the next one, which will be around I think 100 comma 20. Then this coordinate value, which will be 60 comma 20. So 60 comma 20. Then this value, which will be 60 comma 40. So I think this will not be 60 comma 40, because we are moving on 60 over here, and this whole value will be 40, I think, because okay, this value will be 60. That's why it is creating problem. So now this value will become 60 comma 80. Yes, now it's correct. Now we are moving on over here, which is 100 comma 80. then the ultimate point, which is 100 comma 100. And over here we have to move only on y-axis, so 0 comma 100. Then in the downward direction we are moving on to, I think, 0 comma 80. Then over here, which will be around y in x, we are moving in x we are moving 40, and in y we are moving 80. Then we are moving to a downward position, and then it will become, I think, 40 in x and 20 in y. Then over here in this dimension, and that will be, I think, uh, 20 in x, sorry, 0 in x and 20 in y. Then the last point, which will be 0 comma 0, and that will close our sketch. So now you can see that we have created the I section with really a very hard work. We have confused a lot between the coordinates, and this is the problem that arises regularly. You just it's become quite confusing when you just have a lot of coordinates. So just focus on and just concentrate on your coordinates. If your coordinate will be right, then your diagram will surely become right. So this is how we have created one design, and in this design we have used our absolute coordinate system method of creating line, and we have created one I sections. In the later lectures we are going to see about more exercises, and this time we are going to use another types or another process of creation of lines. So that's all for this lecture, and I'm going to catch up you in the next one.